Hello friends, this is Dr. Shashi Agarwal. I welcome you all. Today our subject is cost accounting and the topic is classification of the cost. Its written note they are available at my blog. Its Hindi lecture is also available at my Shashi Agarwal channel. First of all, we will understand what is the meaning of cost. Cost is that thing which is given or sacrificed to obtain something, or we could say cost is the amount of expenditure. It may be the actual which we have paid, or the notional, the cost of self-supplied factor. The cost is the amount of the expenditure. It may be actual, it may be notional, incurred, or attributable to a given thing. According to Institute of Cost and Works Accountants, cost is the measurement in monetary terms of the amount of resources which are used for the purpose of production of goods or rendering of services. So when we talk about the cost, the amount of resources which we have used for the purpose of producing the goods or rendering the services, which could be measured in the terms of monetary terms. For the proper control and decision making, it is very much needed to classify the cost according to some specific purpose. When we group the cost according to its common feature, it is called the classification of the cost. Now we will understand what is the value. Value is measured in usefulness, but cost is measured in money. When we talk about how much this thing give value to us, it means how much useful that thing to us. Expense are the cost which have been incurred to generate the revenue. They are the expired cost which are deducted from the revenue. Loss denotes a sacrifice for which there is no corresponding return, because when there is a loss of material due to fire or theft, we say it is a loss, and the organization does not get any economic benefit out of the loss. Cost, expense, loss, they are used interchangeably. But there is a technical difference. Cost is defined as the amount of the actual or notional expense which is incurred for the manufacturing of a product or rendering of a service or doing some activity. Expense is an expired cost which is deductible from the revenue, and the difference is called income. Loss is also expired cost which has not generated any economic benefit to the organization, like we have loss of material due to theft or fire. It is a loss. Cost unit is actually unit of measurement. It depends upon the nature of business. In the brick industry, cost per 1000 bricks. In the textile, it is per meter. Power per kilowatt. And when we talk about the sugar industry, it is per quintal. Cost could be defined on the basis of the nature of element, like the material, labor and expense. Material cost may be direct or indirect, labor cost may be direct or indirect, expense may be direct or indirect. The cost of indirect material, indirect labor, indirect expense is called overhead, and the overhead could be further classified into the production works overhead, administration overhead, selling overhead and the distribution overheads. The cost could be classified in number of ways: by nature or elements, by function, by degree of traceability, by controllability, by change in the activity, by normality, by relationship with the accounting, by association with the product, by the time, by planning and control for the managerial decision making. First of all, we will see by the nature or elements. Material, labor and overhead. Material, labor and other expenses. Direct, indirect, labor, direct, indirect, other expenses, direct and indirect. Indirect material, indirect labor, indirect other expenses, they are known as overhead. Direct material means that material which could be identified in the product, can be conveniently measured and directly charged to the product. Like we are making the furniture, we are using the timber. So timber is the direct material. We could identify the timber is used for the furniture making. Even when we are stitching a dress, the fabric is also a direct material. So direct material could be all raw material like pig iron in the foundry, jute in the manufacture of the gunny bags, material specifically purchased for some specific job, process or order like glue for the book binding, parts of the component purchased or products like batteries for cars, primary packing material like cartons, wrapping. These are called the direct material. Direct material can also be named as raw material, process material, production material. Basic raw material like timber in furniture, paper in book and fabric in dress and gold in jewelry. Primary packing material जैसे bottle for medicine, tin packing for ghee और bags for packing cement. Indirect material are those material which cannot be classified as direct material, like we are using the oil in the machines, that is the consumable store, cotton waste, material for repair, etc., which cannot be directly allocated to particular product. We cannot say like we are stitching a dress, we could identify this fabric is used for stitching this dress, but indirect material we cannot say this is used for manufacturing that particular product. May not vary directly with the volume of the product. The material of small value which cannot be conveniently identified with particular job, product or process like thread used in dress material could also be named as indirect material. Direct labor, that labor which could be conveniently identified or attributed wholly to a particular job, process or used in converting the raw material into the finished product. Wages of such labor is known as a direct wages or direct labor. Any form of labor which is engaged wholly or specifically for any job, contract or work order. Labor employed in the production department, like labor doing the construction work, we could say that labor, we could identify the labor is doing construction work, so it is a direct labor. Labor, the carpenter in the furniture unit and the tailor who is stitching clothes, that is are the examples of the direct labor. Indirect labor which cannot be conveniently identified or attributed to a particular process or job, etc. For example, labor employed in personnel department, labor employed in timekeeping department, even the watchman, sweeper, they are also called the indirect labor. Labor employed in engineering department, labor employed in store. Direct chargeable expenses, all expenses which could be directly linked to some particular cost center is called the direct expenses. Expenses means all cost other than material and labor, that is known as expense. Expense are the cost of services provided to all undertaking and notional cost also for the use of the owned assets. Expense could be of two types, direct expense and indirect expenses. Direct expense means all direct cost other than direct material, direct labor are treated as direct expense, which could be easily identified and allocated to particular product. It varies directly with the output, like job processing charges, traveling expense to the site, royalty on production, architect's fees, expense of drawing of pattern or model. They are known as a direct expenses. What are the indirect expenses? Overhead may be defined as the cost of indirect material, the cost of indirect labor, the cost of indirect expense is known as the overhead. That is the aggregate of the cost of indirect material, indirect labor, other expenses which we cannot identify to some specific cost center. These are the common cost. These may be manufacturing overheads, administration overheads, selling overheads, distribution overheads, like rent, rates and taxes of the building, repair, depreciation of the machine, furniture and building, lighting and heating expense. Grouping of the cost according to the broad division or function of a business undertaking, like manufacturing overheads, administration overheads, selling overheads and distribution overheads. Manufacturing and production cost. Total cost involved in the manufacture, construction and fabrication is known as a manufacturing and production cost. Commercial cost could be divided into the office cost, that is the office expenses, that is the administration cost. The cost which is incurred on the selling and distribution is known as the selling and distribution cost. By degree of traceability to the product, direct cost are those which is incurred for or may be conveniently identified with particular cost center or cost unit. It is known as direct cost. Like raw material used in production, we could easily identify the raw material is used in producing a product. Wages paid to the labor, other direct expenses, direct material, direct labor, direct expenses, which we could easily identify and say this is allocated, this is associated with this cost center or this product or this service. Indirect costs which are incurred for the benefit of various, which gives the benefit to various cost centers, like the sweeper, watchman, which cannot be conveniently identified that it relates to some particular cost unit or cost center, like the rent of the building, machinery, depreciation. Indirect material like consumable, lubricants, printing and stationery used in factory. Indirect labor, salary of the foreman, supervisor, work manager, watchman, sweeper, etc. Indirect expenses, rent, rates and insurance and depreciation. Classification of the cost by variability of the behavior, or we could say classification of the cost on the basis of change in volume of the level of the activity. These are three types: fixed cost, variable cost and the semi-variable cost. Fixed cost means which remain fixed in total amount with increase or decrease in the volume of the output. They do not vary with the level of output. Even the output is zero, still we have to incur the fixed cost. Like we have taken the building on the rent, whether we carry on some activity or not, we have to make the payment of the rent. Permanent staff salaries. Variable cost which vary direct proportion to the volume of output. Variable cost per unit remains the constant. It is also known as a product cost. Direct material cost, direct labor and direct expenses. Like fixed cost, this is the fixed cost. Here we are producing nothing, but still we are incurring the fixed cost. Like we have taken a building on the rent, like we have taken a loan, we have to make the payment of interest. So they are not directly related to the output. But variable cost which varies with the level of output, so this is the variable cost. Fixed cost, as the unit goes on increasing, per unit cost of fixed cost goes on decreasing, but variable cost per unit remains the same. Semi-variable cost, which are partly variable or partly fixed, like telephone expenses. Like we have to minimum rent is fixed, and behind a specific number of call, the charge vary according to the number of calls. Like additional shift in the factory will require the additional supervisor. Here I have expressed, this is the fixed cost, and fixed cost per unit becomes very less, and this is the total variable cost. We start from the origin, it varies with the level of output, but it is per unit remain the same. And this is the semi variable cost. This is fixed for this level, after this it becomes proportionate with the output. Fixed cost may be committed cost, There is no discretion of the management in such time, like the rent insurance. We have made a contract. These are called the periodic cost. We have to make the payment of the rent. If we have taken insurance policy, we have to pay the insurance. These are the committed cost. Policy and managed cost incurred for implementing some management policy like executive development, housing, etc. Discretionary cost, it depends upon the decision taken by the management, advertisement, public relation and training. Step cost, they are constant for a given level of output, then increased for fixed amount at a higher level of output. By association with the product, it may be product cost, it may be period cost. Product cost means the cost which is incurred on producing the things or rendering the service is known as the product cost. Like purchase and sale of the goods which are traceable to the product are included in the inventory valuation. They become the basis for the pricing of the product. And product cost consists of direct material, direct labor, manufacturing overhead. Period cost, which is not associated with the production but are incurred on the basis of time, like we pay monthly rent or quarterly rent, or we make salaries for the month, not associated with the production, are necessary for the generation of revenue. These costs are incurred for a particular time period and they are charged to profit and loss account of that period. Controllability, controllable cost which could be controlled, uncontrollable cost which cannot be controlled. An organization, for the purpose of control, it is divided into the responsibility cost centers, and responsibility is assigned to the responsibility is assigned to some specific person, that is the head of the cost center, and the controllable cost incurred by that center could be controlled by the head of that cost center. Direct material, direct labor, direct expenses may be controlled by purchasing. Like if we want to control the cost of raw materials, so we could purchase in bulk and we could keep a check on the wastage of unnecessary raw material. Uncontrollable cost which cannot be influenced by the action of specific members of the undertaking, which are not in the control of the management, like we are making the payment of the rent, we cannot influence the rent. Even we have taken a loan from some bank, we have to make the payment of interest at the rate which is determined by the bank. Like uncontrollable cost which cannot be influenced by the action of the specific member of undertaking, which are not in control of the management, like the rent of the building. Normal cost is the part of the cost of production, cost incurred under normal conditions. Normal cost is the part of the cost of production, cost of material, cost of labor which is required by the standard. Abnormal cost which is not normally incurred at a given level of output, cost of material losses, cost of idle time, it is not a part of cost of production, it is charged to the cost, profit and loss account. Historical cost, the cost which we have incurred, it is not useful for cost control purpose, like we have consumed the material, we have paid the wages. These are the recorded fact and could be verified because we have the proper documentation regarding we have purchased the raw material, then we have the proper invoice, we have made the payment of the salary, then we have the salary slips. Predetermined cost, these are the estimated cost, they are calculated in advance. We have taken into consideration the previous year's figures and the factor affecting such cost. Standard cost, these are the technical cost, these are the predetermined cost which is based on some technical estimates of the material, labor and the overhead. Actual cost, they are compared with the standard cost. Estimated cost is the predetermined cost which is estimated in advance before the production start on the basis of actual cost, making certain adjustments. Classification of the cost by expiry, expired cost, recorded as expense in the profit and loss account of the related accounting period. The cost of sources which have been consumed in order to earn the revenue. Unexpired cost, cost of the resources which have been purchased to earn the revenue in the future. They are recorded as an asset in the balance sheet. When they are consumed, they become the expired cost of the expense. Sunk cost, classification of cost by managerial decision making. Sunk costs are the past or historical costs which cannot be changed and the management does not have any control. They are not relevant, but still they are analyzed before taking any decision, like the book value of the asset which we have currently using. That is not relevant because the that value is depicted by the balance sheet, but that is the historical cost which we have incurred. Even the cost of the land which we have purchased, but still they frequently analyzed in detail before taking the decision about the future. Relevant cost, which is relevant for the purpose of taking decision. Irrelevant cost, which is not relevant. Like the replacement of old machine in future is relevant cost, but in case of decision regarding the replacement of old machine is irrelevant cost. The cost which we have, like we want to replace some old machine, the cost of that machine is irrelevant now because that is a historical cost. Presently, how much we have to make, how much we have to make the payment, how much we have to make the how much we have to pay for purchasing that similar machine now, that is more relevant. Short-term cost, like fixed cost, their total cost consists of fixed cost and variable cost. If we discontinue our unit, still we have to make the payment of fixed cost. So the organization they have to take this decision very carefully. If the price is equal to average variable cost or more than average variable cost, then they continue their production. If the price is just equal to the average variable cost, then that is the shutdown point. If the price falls behind this level, then they have to close their business. While shutting down their business, they have to understand they have to make the payment of rent, fixed cost, they have to make the payment, even the cost of public relation when they discontinue their business. When they again set up their business, then they have to pay the cost of public relation. So fixed cost and the cost of public relation is taken into consideration while shutting down the business. Opportunity cost, that is the sacrifice involved in accepting an alternative course of action. Opportunity cost is a cost that merits the benefit that is lost when the choice of one course of action is made. Opportunity cost is hypothetical cost for the decision making that does not require the cash outlay. It is not entered in the accounting book. Like rent of the owned building proposed to be used for new project. So here we are going to calculate the opportunity cost if we are using the building for the purpose of our own business. And if we give this building on a rent, how much rent we are going to get it. So that is the opportunity cost. Out of pocket cost, that is the explicit cost. That is the cost which we actually make payment for getting material, wages, power, etc. And implicit cost is that cost, that is the notional cost for the self-supplied factors. Differential cost, simply increase or decrease in total cost due to change in activity, due to change in technology, process and method of production. It is also known as incremental cost when the cost increased from any change in the above factor. Decremental cost when the cost decreases due to these factors. Like we want to increase, we are producing 1000 units, now we want to produce 3000. So there is a change in the activity level, and due to manufacturing of 2000 units, how much increase in the cost will be there. So that is called the differential cost. Marginal cost means additional cost of producing an additional unit. Marginal cost same as variable cost. Marginal cost are the changes to the production when we manufacture some additional unit. Fixed cost is treated as a period cost written off in the profit and loss account of that period. Marginal cost is very important for management as decision making tool. It helps the management to take the decision making or buying, pricing of the production, selection of the products mix. Replacement cost, that is the current market cost of replacing an asset. Replacement cost is the cost in which an asset identical to that which is to be purchased could be currently purchased. Like we want to purchase some machinery at this moment, how much that machine is available to us at the current market price. Implicit cost, that is the notional cost, hypothetical cost, which are computed for the purpose of managerial decision working but are kept outside the accounting system. Notional cost, which do not involve cash outlay because these are the self-supplied cost of self-supplied factors. Conversion cost, total cost of converting cost of raw material into the finished product. It is the sum of direct labor cost, direct expense and factory overhead. Like we want to manufacture something, the cost of raw material is 600, cost of direct labor is 300, cost of direct expense is 200, factory overhead is 100. The cost of conversion will be 600, 300 plus 200 plus 100. Avoidable cost which could be avoided, like we have eliminated some particular product or a department or a cost centers, so the cost which is associated directly with that will be avoided. Unavoidable, which cannot be eliminated with the discontinuance of the product or department, that is the office expense.